Welcome to the training tour for classwork.com. The purpose of this training is to show you around the classwork.com activities page and your login screen. If you are a teacher, once you click Login in the top corner of classwork.com and enter in your email address and your password, you will be brought to this page. This page is called the Activities Detail page. This is what we like to call the digital file cabinet. Now, if you have never logged into classwork.com before and you have never used anything within the platform, you won't see all of these different folders. Once you start adding your content, you will soon have as much as you see here. Right here in this central section is what we call the digital file cabinet. As educators, we all know that organization is key, and this is where your content will be housed. To begin organizing your content, click the green New Folder button up at the top. Create new folders based on your classes. Customize the folders by choosing specific colors. Once the folders are named, the color set, simply click Confirm. Once created, the folder will be added to your home page. Now I'm going to click into this chemistry folder. There are 19 activities here. Within the chemistry folder, new folders can be created to further organize the content. I am going to create one here to show how easy it is. I'm going to call it Element, and I am going to give it a green color. Now from my activities, I can click, drag, and move activities into this specific folder to organize the content by subject. The folders are created, so how does content get added? In order to create a new activity, simply click this New File button up here at the top. But that particular training is for another time. To continue with our tour around the home page or the My Activities page, most of the menus you are going to be working with are over on the left-hand side. If you are a teacher, and that is the role that the administration has assigned to you, you would see Activities as your top tab. If you are a school or a district administrator, you are going to also have an Administration tab up at the top. If I click on Administration, you can manage your users, add users, import users via a CSV. You can also manage any kind of curriculum review team that has been set up. Once you are logged in as an administrator, you can click through and take care of your admin responsibilities. Teachers, you would just see this activities page, and this is also where you will subscribe to any kind of district curriculum that your district curriculum coordinators have provided for you. The Students tab gives you a quick look at what students you have in your classrooms. You can search for students here by first name, last name, or email address. You can see your active students within the last week, within the last month, within the last 3 months, even within the last year. Sometimes this is very helpful information for you to have at your fingertips. Classes can be set up within classwork.com as well. Simply click on the Classes tab. You will see a little gear right here, and if you hover over that gear or near it, you'll see Set up Classes and Students. Click that gear and you have a few options. You can sync your Google Classroom classes with classwork.com. You can manually create your classes. And let me just show you how that works very quickly here. I simply click New Class. I add a name, and I can add a description, third period, and I can select a color. Once I have the class created, I can manually add my students by clicking the Students button down here on the bottom, and I can choose from my existing students, or I can add New Student up here in the top green button. I can add a name, Stacy, and then click the little checkbox, and Stacy has been added to my class, and I can see that she's enrolled. I've got one student enrolled in this particular class. Now let's add a few more students. Billy, Shelley, Patrick, Michael. Classwork makes it very easy to add students to your classes. Once I click back into classes, I now see my class titled Webinar. You can see I spelled webinar wrong, but I can always go back in and edit that class name very simply. So you can see that this is third period webinar, and you can click in and see the students that are enrolled there. You can access the class gradebook and all of the reports that are going to be available to you for your classes. Over on the left-hand side again, there is a Notifications tab. The Notifications tab just tells you as a teacher that you have something that you need to pay attention to. So you can go through and select all or select just certain ones to look at. You can mark items as read, unread, or you can review them. This section tells you what you need to do in order to process the student's work. There is also a library over on the left. And this library, ladies and gentlemen, is courtesy of our users from across the country. It is a public sharing library that teachers can add content to. It is not a classwork.com curated library, but if you see something in here you like, add it to your digital file cabinet. You can filter by subject area and then also even go as far as to filter according to the different item types that you like. You can scroll through, see if there is anything you might like. If you see something you want to use, click Make a Copy at the top, and the activity will be added into your library. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and clear my filters, and you can sort by rating. You can view in the grid or list form, however you would like to do that. Lots of different views of activities. The compact view, which will have just a rollover for you so you can get a quick peek at what that activity is going to look like. You can sort by popularity, how many people have downloaded certain things. You can sort by title, completely up to you. We do try to make it fairly easy for you to find activities that you might like to use. We also have a 24-hour help assistant located over here on the left-hand side. You can type any kind of question in here. For example, how do I make a drag and drop activity? Click search, and the little AI chatbot will go out into classwork.com, search all the articles, and it will come up and give you step-by-step instructions on how to create a drag and drop activity. Now, this is just one of the ideas that you can use the AI assistant for. You do have to be kind of specific. Don't just type in one word chat or something along those lines. That might prove a little difficult to find an answer for, but you can always find 24/7 help right here at our help assistant. If I click back, I can also use the help assistant to go to the support website or view specific tutorials. You can go to the support website to see how to get started. We have some digital activities located here. What are our frequently asked questions? There is a lot of great information on the support site. You can read our latest announcements. Many times we communicate with users right inside the platform, and this is where you can read those latest announcements. This is a change in terms of service. This is also where we announce our latest features. You can find the Contact Us form here also. So if you're not finding the support you need from the help assistant, you can always email us at support@classwork.com, and there is going to be somebody on the other end of that during business hours to assist you as soon as possible. If you are located in the state of Texas and you are using the Texas Bluebonnet curriculum, you can add Texas OER curriculum by clicking right here. I will show that in a different video. If your district is authoring resources for you, common assessments, checkpoints throughout the week, you can subscribe to that content by clicking the Add District Resources. You select the published folder you need access to, and it will become available in your file cabinet. If I want social studies for 5th grade, I click Save, and it goes directly to the top of my activities page up here at the top. So now I have access to any social studies 5th grade content that my district or my instructional coaches have created for me. I can preview it as a teacher, but I cannot edit. Any kind of activity that is created by the district for the district to use is not editable by individual teachers. I just wanted to make that very, very clear. Another little menu up here that is very often overlooked is the More menu. If I click this little drop-down caret right here, I have some information at my fingertips. I can see what's been assigned in the last 30 days. I can take a look at my recents. I can look at my trash can. Sometimes we have content that we just don't need anymore. You can put it in the trash can. If you put stuff in the trash can, you can very easily go back and retrieve it if you need to. So just click the little button right next to that activity and hover over Restore, and that activity will be put back into your My Activities page. This is also where you are going to import shared activities. We have several ways for teachers to share activities with other teachers. You can share one activity on its own simply by clicking the little checkbox right next to the activity from your My Activities page and click Share. You can print this activity, you can delete it, you can move it to a different folder, you can copy it, you can preview it, lots of different things in this menu. But you can share this activity by simply turning on the sharing here and copying the link and emailing it to a counterpart. Maybe you have somebody in 1st grade that has created all sorts of amazing content and you want to share it with your other 1st grade teachers. This is how you can do it. Or by the same token, if you have a brand new teacher who does not have any content, you can share an entire folder. If I click Share, you will create 64 share links for activities all at once. I can click Copy all of these links, and you can send them to your counterpart. And your counterpart would simply click More, click Import Shared Activities, and paste all of those links into the space. And you can see it is broken down by folders here. However, classwork.com will not import them in those separate folders, so you may want to only do a few at a time. It is completely up to you. But then you would click Import from Sharing Text, and these 64 links will appear in the My Activities page or that digital file cabinet for your new teachers. Down here at the very bottom, we have your classwork.com plan that you have subscribed to. It just tells you what version of Classwork you've purchased or had it purchased for you. Classwork.com will show that your plan is Pro. If you are in a free trial, it will show Free Trial down here. You also have access to an account button. If you click that account button, you can edit your profile, update your email address, change your password, and there's something that I do want to point out here. Classwork.com does have a co-teacher feature. If you click on co-teacher settings, you can invite people into your account. Say you have a teacher's aide that needs access to your students or the activities. You simply come over here on the right-hand side and you invite a teacher via their email address. You can give them full access or read-only access. Read-only access will give your co-teacher the ability to only see and read the activities. This means that they can't assign. They can't grade or provide any kind of instant feedback. They can only monitor the activities. Full access will give them full access to your account. They can assign activities to students. They can grade. They can provide feedback. All sorts of different things. So once you have the email address and what kind of access permission you want them to have, you simply click the blue Grant Access button. You can see these are all of the people that I have added as co-teachers to my account. An invitation was sent to Angela at classwork.com, and it is pending. Now, Angela will have to go in and accept the invitation. And in order for her to do that, she just needs to go into her account, click those co-teacher settings down here, and she can accept the invitation. After that, Angela can access my account as me. So that's it for the general tour around classwork.com. Please feel free to reach out to us at support@classwork.com if you have any questions.